Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. This guy said, why did Jews get kicked out from 109 different countries? Like, two or three is already crazy enough, but what kind of stuff have y'all done to get expelled from 109? Skull emoji. Well, we could start off by saying that that's just not true. We did not get kicked out of 109 countries. That it is a not nice thing spread online about Jews that we got kicked out of 109 different countries. That just like became the thing. There's probably some source for it that you could find on some forum, probably 4chan, where they said, yeah, Jews got kicked out of 109 countries. But they probably can't even name 50 countries. What were the countries? Well, please list all 109 countries that Jews got kicked out of, and please explain like the reason for each one, because that's a lot of reasons. You know, you'll see all these tropes in these like on Twitter. If you get kicked out of 109 WalMarts, it can't always be your fault. And like honestly though, on the flip side, it's like it can't always it can't always be like the Jews' fault in that case, right? Like 109 times it's always the Jews' fault. Like I like flipping the script on that, but it's not good because it makes it look like that it was ever our fault, which I don't believe it was. We definitely were kicked out of some countries though, or cities. For being Jewish, and here, let's specify that, right? People don't like when you say that. What does that mean? And you'll get comments saying they'll call you an anti-Semite but never a liar. Well, I'm calling the guys that told you that a liar, right? 109, that's just a lie. They can't prove it. What I found interesting was Jews always were a very easy scapegoat to use because we were always misplaced somewhere. And then why? Because of these freaking stereotypes I'm about to list, but this can't give a definite answer, right? The people that spread all this hate can't give a definite reason why. They'll give like 50 different reasons that aren't actually like a concrete reason. I didn't remember, I wasn't live, but right, this is during mainly like Roman Empire, Catholic Church, right, Europe. Jews weren't allowed to have much opportunity. We didn't have much opportunity for jobs. We weren't allowed to own lands, right? Why? Well, we say because we're Jewish and Christians didn't like Jews because, they blamed us for killing their Messiah. So, right, that's where it could start from. So we weren't allowed to own any land, so Jews were always a lower class citizen. So what did they do? They did usury and money lending because that was the only hustle that they could find that could make them money, and Christians weren't allowed to charge interest from each other. So the Jews were a great middleman to use, and it was like a win-win, quote unquote, even though that was the only job they're allowed to have. And then eventually Jews got this stereotype of being of collecting like your tax and like the Jew tax and like taking money, knocking on your door, where my money, and so that obviously created a dislike for Jews, and I'm pretty sure one reason they got kicked out was I forgot which emperor or king owed money owed debts to somebody else, and they just blamed the Jews because they're the debt collectors, like things like that. And what's funny is then they blamed them for like money and things like that, but then like in Poland they hated us because we're like poor and low class and like in just disgusting poverty. And now in America they hate us because like we're rich, right? So listen, you could give all the reasons, but they're always just gonna find another reason. It's pretty stupid. So you might as well just like get rich and like make a bunch of bands and get successful, because there's no point of like arguing with these guys. But those are some reasons, and definitely people just didn't like Jews in general because it's mainly a Christian empire, and Jews, Jesus, it was, that was definitely one big reason, I would say. But there's a bunch of factors, and those are what I can list on the top of my head of why Jews got kicked out of some places with just the bias and stereotypes that were against Jews. But 109 countries, that's just a lie. Please, if you're a based person watching this, you're ready to click the dislike button. A bunch of these videos always get recommended to them. Like, list the countries and list the reasons, and like try to think in your head if this actually makes sense. If truly 109 times it was always a Jewish person, it was always their fault. I'm flipping the script on you. I don't think there's any ever actually a logical reason to kick Jews out. Obviously I'm biased, but like whenever I hear a reason from somebody, it's just stupid reasons, and it's just like, okay, I heard the opposite of that. You said it's because they were rich. Now they're saying they're poor. For now they say they're poor, but now we're rich, and everyone's mad. What I've learned from all these discussions, it's usually just a waste of time, and no one ever gets satisfied from these answers. But hopefully, it could give you guys some clarification, and the Jews are going to keep on balling because that's what we've done through history. You really think you could get rid of us? You're not getting rid of us, bro. Like, let's face it for a second. Like, right? 109 countries, right? Damn, that's a lot of. If you got kicked out of 109 countries and you're still going and surviving, meanwhile the Roman Empire is dead, the Greeks are gone, like every nation to try getting rid of Jews is gone, Nazis gone. Well, you have some trying to be one now, just give up, bro. Maybe if you spend like all of your time, this is to the base people watching, maybe you spend all your time trying to get your bread up instead of hating on the Jews, like you would actually, low-key be successful in society. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you want your question to be answered in these videos, join the Discord and put it in the JEWTALK suggestions channel. Literally, God bless.